Chapter 1. Adeline. There were 3 things anyone who met Adeline Cole needed to know about her. 1. She didn't suffer fools. 2. She was feisty. 3. She was not looking for love. Instead, she was looking for a horse. Adeline was an equine-assisted therapist. She'd started her practice at a barn in South Dakota. There, her mentor Rosalind said Adeline was so successful with clients, her talents were wasted on that little corner of the country. So she'd set out, traveling all over the world, training others in her methods, and helping countless people develop emotional awareness, and assisted in their healing from various emotional challenges, traumas, and anxiety. Sadly, Rosalind passed away over the summer, prompting Adeline to think more deeply about her direction in life. She dreamed of having her own barn someday, but not in Smuggler's Springs, Texas. It was her hometown. After a layover in Georgia, as the airplane flew west, she was about as excited about going back there as getting poked by a sharp object. She'd know, too. A ranch in Smuggler's Springs was at risk of being bought out by the state or some such. The town pipeline, aka the rumor mill, managed to reach her in the northeast kingdom of Vermont, where she'd been working most recently. The stable there was in need of another horse to add to their therapy center, and word was the ranch in Texas had the perfect animal. She longed to have her own barn someday, a place for helping people heal from the past, as well as develop relationships with horses as a form of proactive mental health management. Adeline liked to think of the work to take care of an animal of that sort, riding, and the relationship formed as part of a toolkit that people, especially youth, could have for when life got challenging. Because it would. She knew that well enough, too. Adeline had learned that lesson and taught what she knew. Seated in first class, she reviewed her recent client notes and logged some information on her laptop. One of the young women she'd been working with for months had recently had a breakthrough. A trend she'd noticed over the years was after someone progressed in their healing, taking 2 steps forward, they'd often take a step back. It was almost as if they feared breaking out of the familiarity of their pain. She prepared a plan for Josie to recognize it, should it happen. Adeline was all about keeping between the rails. She caught up on emails, referencing the one about the horse at the ranch. She knew how to drive a bargain. Not that she'd pay less than the horse was worth, but if the ranch was at risk, it wouldn't be hard to cajole the owner into letting the animal go. Piedmont Pines in Vermont was a beautiful stable, and the horse would be well cared for until Adeline had her own stable. The flight attendant appeared. "Can I offer you a beverage?" "Yes, just water, please," Adeline replied. "Are you going home for the holidays?" asked the woman, wearing the dark blue uniform with a little red scarf tied neatly around her neck. "No." The word landed like the ice in the glass. "Oh." The attendant cleared her throat as though not expecting such a blunt answer. She and Adeline shared the hint of the same Texas accent, which was probably why she'd asked. "I was going to say it's a good thing you're traveling early. The weeks leading up to Thanksgiving and the day before get intense. I'm always grateful when it's over." The attendant passed the beverage. Adeline offered a sympathetic smile. "I am going back to where I grew up." She took a deep breath. "And I'll be grateful when it's over." She wasn't going home. Smuggler's Springs didn't fit that description. Actually, she had nothing against the town. Rather, a certain house with trim window boxes and a red door was the subject of her dread. Home was a place she had given up looking for, and spending time with her family was something she'd given up doing.